people you know book. Show me the meaning of rescue. To save somebody, the meaning of rescue.
Yeah. To deliver you from something, take you from something.
So you're the poor people. Rescue me, save. But we the old people. Rescue, the meaning of rescue. That you can't help me while in the water. But you can't tell in the water. He can't put one neck in the water but to kill on money. You know they get people the pressure. Husband not working. I live in Joseph. I even made 1,000 a lot. I even made 500 a lot profit. Let me come and go. Children waiting for me. You are Joseph Baga. Where will be our result next year? We wouldn't even 1 year. Where will be our result the following year?
Okay. Thank you so much. What's your name? What's your name?
My name is Patience Mane.
Patience Mane. You selling the market here?
Yes.
I'm selling the market.
Yes.
No
market. Can't get some. I go look for Ansi.
You go look for the market, you see so?
Ansi food, call it food price. The way up, you not understand ourselves. When you go to there, you buy another price. When you come, you buy a different price. So the money I can put it back on my.
Also, the money you carry to the cold storage.
They put it back on my. Very rich.
How much for the fish?
You buy snapper 14,000. What is to buy? 10,000, 8,000. Buy it 14,000. One cartoon snapper 14,000. So we beg the government. We ask y'all to help us to beg our government. We say you keep to rescue us. But the rescue that you're doing that we're not understanding it. And when they pull the police on the street, our boyfriend there, they're not giving nothing to us again. They say they can't rescue us. Why they cause a motor runner running? They want not doing they want. They are breaking the government. We the poor people, they must find place for us that we want be able to steal our clothes. They got poor people, they got rich people in the town. Some of all we not got more from the South God. And that basically we do, we not understand our children run to school. Our children, when we can't sell the market, we can't make a damn. They say rescue, but we not understanding the rescue team. So they were taking them from all of the street for smoking, for drugs and things. But I think you see them now. All of them turn to Zoom. They can stay in the freeze.
So the drugs are to you?
Rampant now, a more than rampant.
Okay.
The drugs is rampant. Some of them almost 20% on the street because of Zuni.
The zombie drugs?
Yeah, the Zuni that they bring in Joseph Baga to drink. Because we are trying to sell our Kush. But now the Zuni, when he said I see that you are so sticking at it. So we asking him to please, we the parent of our boys children. We ask him to please help us to make our children to leave Zuni. Because he said he came to change things. And no change, we not understand our land. Police people getting our keke motor back. Hata, police people beating our children on the street. They say they should raise that, they should become over there, walk over that, everything they do. But what police people are home killing? Like just one thing, we just getting dropping like that. Tell him, don't Napa, tell him, sorry. We're not taking somebody like for the country. So we should tell our president to help with the poor people.
Selling money, how's the business?
We get God and go for it. We don't let you tell what take you for. But money ain't in the country now.
In process.
For now, if I have to tell you that before we're all there,
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever the time is from your end, we want to use this time to welcome each and every one of you. We want to say thank you for your presence as always. We appreciate you and we hope that we have a very, very wonderful time. A happy first Sunday to all of us. Today is the first Sunday in the month of June. It is our prayer that the Almighty God, the Almighty Allah, whatever you serve, will be able to grant you the grace to go through this month and this year successfully. That whatever has been the hindrance, that He will be able to guide you through it. It is my prayer that the Almighty will help all of us. Having said that, I want to encourage you to please hit for us the share button. Share with friends, share with family members, so that we all have a wonderful time in our discussion today. I want to take this time to actually appreciate all of you that have joined us under the Palava Hut. We appreciate all of you. Thank you so very kindly. There are going to be two basic issues that we're going to be discussing today. One is going to be what happening at MCC, that is Monrovia City Corporation, and we'll also try to put in what is happening at the Ministry of Health, especially with Liberia's #1 referral hospital, that is the GFK. And we will also talk about our, and we'll talk about other things anyway. We'll talk about other things. And we'll talk about, most importantly, the visitation or the political assembly of the disadvantaged youth at the residence of Mr. Joseph Numa Boeka. So these are the two cardinal issues we'll be talking about. Thomas Jensen, thank you so much. We appreciate your presence. Thank you so very kindly for your presence. So you're asking why I have this behind me, because I am a Sidician, the proud one too, like millions of us around the globe. So I am a proud Sidician. Thank you for the ask. I want to start with the very first issue that has to do with the saga at the Monrovia City Corporation. I want to start with that. You know, fellow Liberians, what is happening at the MCC is not something strange to us on this platform. We've always informed you that this bunch of gangsters that Mr. Boeka has brought with him to lead, they've not come to do things in a way that the Liberian people will benefit. They've come to resurrect themselves. They've come to redeem themselves. They've come to see how best they can put themselves in a comfortable mood financially. We told you long before today. So it is only somebody who is naive that will be surprised that John Siafa, the MCC director, is involved in corruption. It is only people who are naive that will be surprised. You see, be very careful of how people render goods to you. We live in a generation where people feel that the best way they can entrap you is to give you. This is the reason why you see most of the African country today, they cannot do anything substantive on their own because they have mortgaged their resources to all of these different how you call concessions that they take money from. I'll give you an example. Look at Liberia. I want to give you one example of Firestone. Look at Firestone. Firestone came at the time back in the early 1920s that Liberia was in dire need of financial resurrection. So Liberia went and borrowed money from Great Britain. And at the end of the day, as a means of ensuring that this particular money that we're giving you, you pay for it back, they brought some of these funny company. So because we were in a dire need of money, we ran and we collected money. And at the end of the day, these people were able to force in our throat, whether they force in our throat or whatever, and say, sign 99 years agreement. So that wasn't a gift, but it was an entrapment to induce you. And when we fell for it, we signed an agreement with Firestone, and today we cannot even produce a rubber band in Liberia. And you can't blame them. You blame your leaders who allow themselves to be cajoled for little or nothing. But it is unfortunate that even in this our generation, we are still repeating it. I don't see the reason why a government will sign 25 years agreement with a company. I don't see I don't know. I know somebody will say the company wants to be a show, they want that guarantee and etc. etc. But I see no reason why we should be signing 25 years agreement with these companies, especially knowing that we have not had any good record as it relates to all of these concessions. So when you are in a dying need, be careful how you accept gift. It is better for you to say thank you, but no thank you, than for you to say thank you, put it in my hand. It's terrible, it's dangerous. And this is where we are today. So this particular individual by the name of John Siafa, whose picture I am going to show you right here. Bear with me as I show you this picture, because there is a need for us to show these criminals as we talk about them. Let the world know them. Let other people know them. Let other people know what they are, who they are, and what they are capable of doing. It's good that our people be aware of these people. So let me go there and then show you his picture for you to see his picture and know the guy that we are talking about. So this is John Siafa. John Siafa is the MCC boss. John Siafa also have a very, very strong relationship with Madam Katumu Bueka, who is the wife of Joseph Numa Bueka. A very, very good relationship, almost like a family relationship. She's almost like, a son to Katumu Bueka, a very good son to Katumu Bueka. That relationship is there. During the campaign, we saw this particular man that you are looking at organize people, and he was all around the place in the name of cleaning Liberia, giving Liberia a clean city. This man that you're looking at, John Siafa, this criminal that you're looking at. Yes, I'm saying criminal. We are not going to mince our words when it comes to exposing these idiots who are responsible for the backwardness of our country. No, we will not respect you. No, the issue, leave respect. Respect is earned. So forget about that. So this guy was able to successfully organize a group. And he was all around the place, all around Monrovia. Say he cleaning Monrovia. He get truck, blah, blah, blah. He get connection. He wants to give Liberia a facelift, blah, blah, blah. And all the nonsense this particular guy was saying. But some of us that are far-sighted, some of us that are very inclined enough, some of us that have been around for a while, we said that this particular guy was only using that particular means to buy his way. Lo and behold, what we said came to fruition. This identical guy was given an opportunity to serve as MCC boss. Since this particular guy took over, there has been a lot of controversy at the MCC. The first thing that has successfully happened under him was the dismissal of innocent Liberians who expressed their political view. He dismissed them. This guy called John Siafa, he dismissed them. The second thing that happened is we saw under the MCC a very poor maintenance of the building. If you do not believe, go and visit the MCC tomorrow. Enter in the conference room of the MCC. Enter there. Enter the greenhouse. There was an entertainment place, or let's say there's an attachment at the MCC where, when Mayor Jefferson Tamakoji was there, he fixed that place, and it's almost like we call it the greenhouse. You go there, very nice area where people will go, sit down and have a wonderful time. You go to that place now, you will not even be able to stay in that place there for complete 1 hour. Look, this is one of the dirtiest government that I have ever seen. They don't maintain anything. So you don't believe me? Look at the airport. Even the place the plane can land on the road, the ground crack. They can't even maintain it. They can't maintain it. They can't. But we come there. So this guy called John Siafa, whose picture is here, who is the Monrovia City Corporation boss, took over. And the first thing that this guy was able to do, the first money that the idiot ate from the Liberian people, was a 500,000 that was meant to put, they say, garbage bin around Monrovia and its environs. You all can remember that project. That was the first money that they buckled it. The guy you see here, so the guy calling John Siafa, this guy collected the first $500,000+. And guess what they did? These guys were brave enough to take drum, the iron drum, they paint on a MCC, put one on Broad Street, carry one on Carey Street, McDonald Street, Perry Street. They took picture and said Liberia is about to be clean. $500,000 project. According to them, they were putting dustbin all in the city and its environs to take the dirt. You all know of that story. I'm not going to bring you video. You all know of that story. I want to pause here and welcome distinguished people. Josephine Sewon, I want to thank you, Mama. Sometimes when I see you, I feel like sharing tears. The reason why I feel like sharing tears is a tear of joy. I've never seen somebody like you, and you people are many here, who are very consistent in your support towards what we do. You've never leave our side for anything. I want to say thank you, my lovely sister Josephine Sewon. I appreciate you. I'm always encouraged. Even if nobody will not be here, you will make it your duty to come here. I want to say thank you, Mama. God will richly reward you. I'm hoping and praying that, like those days, we will once again meet in person. I want to say thank you. Samuel Gazon Williams, I want to appreciate you. Thank you so much for your presence. Jifen Tiba, I want to appreciate you. Samuel, you are highly welcome. Mohamedou, thank you so much. Thomas, all of you who are joining us. Ze Gonga, you are highly welcome. Zo Gonga, thank you so much for joining us. I mean, all of you. Thank you. So at the end of the day, fellow Liberians, this particular man who called himself MCC boss, the first $500,000 was given to ensure that we have dustbin all around the place. That money was eating in a broad daylight and nothing came from out of it. This guy that you're looking at, John Siafa, he ate that money. Up to today, the MCC is yet to account for that particular money, and nothing came from inside. But if this man cannot even maintain his own office where he's sitting, then a Morovia humanity. If his environment in which he is, seated, that you should be comfortable, go to City Hall. Go see what is happening there. They play MCC officer. Go there. Go see the environment. The environment alone will tell you whether this particular criminal is faith enough. I want to use this time, fellow Liberians, to appreciate and welcome. And I will do this by a standing ovation. I want to stand up and welcome the Honorable Ayuba El Fofana. I want to say you are highly welcome, sir. We appreciate you. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for the legacy that you guys set in government. I want to appreciate you. I stand in respect to your presence, and I stand in respect to all of you that have joined us today. I want to say you are highly welcome. It's a privilege for me to have you here, Honorable Ayuba El Fofana. Thank you so very kindly, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you for your services to Mama Liberia. Adolphus, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I salute your presence. So even the environment in which this particular guy found himself, he cannot even clean the environment. So talk less of the city. So $500,000 was misused by this guy on drum. You remember that project? It was the project that they were carrying on. They said they were planting trees on Broad Street. They said green city, planting trees. They collected people and took picture. At the end of the day, that 500,000, they got wipe it off. Clean, you wipe it off. This John Siafa guy that you're looking at here on the screen, a notorious criminal. Look, we must not quote our words, or we must not sugarcoat our words when we are dealing with criminals in our society. We don't need to insult them, but we need to expose these idiots. And going forward, their pictures, so that generations unborn will see these guys. So 500,000 was wiped out in the team. Fast forward. Do you know that all of the sample you are seeing in Monrovia and its environs, that these people are paying to City Hall? Are you aware of that? But we told you a long time ago now, the thing that are doing is just like I am repeating myself. But no problem. It's important that I repeat myself. And we will do this over and over and over. We will do this over and over and over. Thank you so very kindly, Kendema P. Williams. Thank you so very much. Well, do you know that all of the sambo that is in Monrovia and its environs, they are paying to MCC? Yeah. Any sambo that you see in Liberia, Bilbo, right? Liberia will say sambo. A big Bilbo where you can see. Even if you see the small one on Broad Street, all of them are paying to the Monrovia City Corporation. They are paying taxes. Do you know that these taxes that they are paying is going directly to Mr. Siafa? Are you aware of that? But we told you all the last time. We will repeat it because there is a need for us to keep repeating this thing to our people. So all of these people are paying directly to Siafa. You see, this is the irony of bringing relatives and people who you are close to in government. So at the end of the day, it becomes sometimes difficult for you to even fight when they are involved in corruption. I told you this man relationship with Madam Katumo Bueka. This particular John Siafa man is almost like a son, a play son to Madam Katumo Bueka. You understand? He has a very, very good relationship with Madam Katumo Bueka. Now, I will tell you because I have told you and I will continue to say, you know where this money going? Joseph Newman Bueka has a foundation. Look, nothing will happen to Siafa. The other corruption, I will just discuss it. It will make 1 week again. They will just kick it on the side and we'll be gone with that. That will be another story again for another day. This guy is one of the major contributors. He how you call him, Dukle at the port, another one or two people. They are the major contributor to Joseph Newman Boyka Foundation. If you don't know, they are contributing significantly to Joseph Newman Boyka Foundation. Oh yes. So nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. Absolutely nothing. Nothing will happen. Papi Keita, you are welcome. So the money that is being generated that is supposed to be used for the maintenance of maybe government buildings, etc., etc. This guy is taking that money, putting portion of it in his account, taking portion and sending it to Joseph Newman Boyka Foundation. And sending it to Joseph Newman Boyka Foundation. And with the blessings of the First Lady Katumu Boyka, who also is a notorious figure because the last time from her office, they stole from innocent Liberian students. You remember the scholarship issue from the office of the First Lady, where her communication director or special, whatever, collected people money and said they were sending them to, how you call the place, London, for scholarship, collected almost $4,000. What became of it? She told her relative, go sit down small. The guy is now working. That other case died down. You see the high level of corruption that is in the first family is what giving rise to all of these all of these things that are happening. You think the people don't know? Look, the only people that will be victim are the people who are not in the cycle of Joseph Newman Boyka. That all. That all. But all of this thing is well calculated. Boyka is intentionally doing this thing because he has come to get his retirement from the Liberian people. The 40 plus years that this man missed, that he could not make good use of his money, that he was very promiscuous, bouncing around. You see him so. That's a very promiscuous papi. I'm telling you this. So the money that he used on his promiscuous activities, and he squandered those money. Now what is happening now is that this man, now that he is the president, he is using this particular period to be able to stack up for himself. That's what he's doing. So Joseph Newman Boyka don't give a hang. So this particular John Siafa guy, who in fact were among some of those who condemned the previous government and said Liberia was dirty, Moravia was dirty, they said they didn't get no strategy, they didn't get no plan. What is the plan of Siafa? The plan of Siafa is to come and ensure that he can steal also for his godparents so that he can get the money that they need to get. So the Financial Intelligence Unit of Liberia, fellow Liberians, has launched an investigation at the MCC. And I will tell you the reason why this investigation was launched. I'm not going to be exact to be calling you the name of these people, but I will inform you of the major event. There is a guy at the MCC who actually he was taken there by this particular government. I must admit, I'm not going to call his name, but he was taken there by this government. This guy is in the audit section of the MCC. He raised a question once and he was suspended. I don't know. I'm going too deep now. Anyway, no problem. One of the issues that this guy raised was the money that was being raised from these billboards, from the city parking, the amount the city parking was giving to the MCC. His issue was that this money was not really reflecting in the MCC account. It almost like, take for an example, the people bring about $200,000 or they raise about $200,000. So you will expect that 200,000 should be in the MCC account. But he discovered that it wasn't 200,000. The poor raised 200,000. You see the record showing 200,000. But at the end of the day, they go check in the MCC record. They will see sometime 75,000 or 100,000. So he began to raise the issue about what is going on, and decided that he was going to pay some attention to the MCC account. When he started that particular process, he was suspended because, according to the head of the audit department, they said that was not his area of assignment. That was not his area of assignment. That was not what he was supposed to be looking at. They did not send him there to go and do that. Role must be assigned to him. So he was suspended for like 2 months without pay. 2 months without pay. And after his suspension, he came back and decided that, well, let it be as it is. And so, therefore, what Siafa felt, that he has subdued the whistleblowers at the ministry there. People, they will not talk. But anyway, I don't know, maybe some people, but I will not call his name. I will just explain. And this guy was one time a student general in the student community and also in the youth community. He has a very good rapport with some other government official and a very good friend with Mohammed Nasser. And I must say kudos to Mohammed A. Nasser. He's one person that I worked with. I remember when I was head of the Liberia Scout Association. We carry on some projects together, Mohammed Nasser and I. So very, very, strong guy. You know, at the time we worked together, a principle-minded man. In fact, he was one of those who stood against one of our own brother that was at the Ministry of Youth and Sports, Patrick Mbayo. When Patrick Mbayo used to carry on some of his clandestine deeds, which I'm not going to take the time off to really talk about, youth organization had a meeting. I was in that meeting. In fact, I signed 1 or 2 documents, and his complaint was taken to Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And at the time, he was fired. Patrick Mbayo was fired. So, but that is that. No, Mohammed Nasser, he's been a very strong guy around. We all been working together. So I know who he is to some extent, especially when it comes to his work ethics. I can vouch for some. So this identical individual at the MCC, because he has worked with Mohammed Nasser, in our youth and student community grouping, was able to blow a whistle. That whistleblower thing here we're looking at, were able to blow a whistle and inform the Financial Intelligence Unit that something very terrible was happening at the MCC. Some of the things that were happening at the MCC, they were duplicating names at the MCC. For example, one person name, my name is Prince. For example, my name is Prince John Sa. So this Prince John Sa, they will put my name on the payroll, Prince John Sa. Then they will change it on the other side and say Sir John P. Then they change it again, it count on the other side and say P S or P S John. So one name, they will duplicate it into 3 different forms. And these people were receiving checks. They were receiving checks. From 2024, that these people took over. From 2024, when they went there, that was the first thing that they did. Double dipping, call that one double dipping. Use one person name, you take maybe the person name John, Prince John Sa. You come here, you say John Prince Sa. Then you come on the other side, you say Prince J, or you say Prince Sa John. Just change the name 3 different times. And these people, they were getting the money was getting in their pockets. You know, the Unity Party, these guys are indoctrinated into criminality. They were there before. These were some of the things that these guys did to steal money from the government. So look, that's why I say, look, whether you believe it or not, but this is the reality. You see, the Unity Party boys, I must tell you this for sure. The guys know how to use the paper to steal. But you know why it's giving them tough time now? Is because many of us, our eyes are now open to government and governance. Because President, we have now opened the eyes of the ordinary people. President, we have made government to be very open. So yesterday, I mean, when they were there 12 years, this is how they used to steal from the Liberian people. They put it through paper. Somebody said, if you want to steal from Liberian men, just put it through paper in writing. You look at it, oh, okay, let's go, that's on. Because they are not patient enough to dissect that document or to bring people who will help them to dissect the document. Why you think in Liberia, these our lawmakers, they will pass all of these concession agreements, and when these people go to the county, they cannot even help with the social corporate responsibility. Some of these lawmakers will be given these concession agreements, and you don't have to read it, but all you have to do is to have a competent and qualified team. Put your team together. You get your legal team. That's why you see these lawmakers are given an opportunity to employ different people in their offices. You get space there for filing clerk. You get space there for media person, for research person, etc., etc. So when you get this document, the good thing for you to do, give it to your legal team. Give it to your legal team. Let them peruse that document. Let them read through the document and let them advise you. But this idiot that we having, they can't do it. When they see document, in fact, they will put a document when I say, oh man, what did you get here to sign? What is signing fee? Once the money is there, they even want to know. They will sign within a heartbeat. So at the end of the day, they don't even take their own time to read this document. And they sign the 25-year agreement, that other agreement. Then in the document now, you go low. The thing that is supposed to benefit the people is not there. Then the people now start complaining. Then they'll kind of say, well, let's call a company. Let's call a company. Forgetting to know that you, Sun Communication, gave the company a blank check. They go now and start using your people. And you can say, we'll call the company, we'll some of them will do this. You are an idiot. God will punish you for this stupidity. God will punish you for suffering our people. So at the end of the day, fellow Liberian, this identical MCC boss, John Siafa, was able to collect money through that means. Through that means. There were projects that were intended. And not, I told you of the $500,000 project where they were supposed to put, how you call, dust bin around Monrovia and its environs. The second project was the beautification of Monrovia. The beautification of Monrovia. That particular project, again, the people ate that money. It was somewhere around, that was just for Monrovia anyways. It was just for Monrovia. That was somewhere around 200,000. They ate that money. Monrovia beautification money. They ate that money. Nothing came for inside. Nothing at all. So this particular whistleblower that INSA has been informing the FIU of all of these things that are doing happening. And the FIU have decided, the institution that is responsible to investigate money laundering and all the other, Babatiti there, decided to launch an investigation. Now, when you look at it as per the law, it should be the GAC, the General Auditing Commission, that should be able to carry on an audit, and then at the end of the day, or pass it to the LACC, the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, before the FRA can come in. Because the FRA, when the FRA come in, it's a bigger issue. It means they are talking about how money, has been used in and out of the country to either sponsor some, nefarious activities and etc., etc. How huge money have been leaving from the country going into other international bank accounts, and stuff like that. So when you see the FRA coming, it's something that is bigger, very bigger. It has some international implication. It has to do with some money, changing hands in some international accounts that not only Liberia should be concerned about, but even the Western world should be concerned about. That's how you see the FIA coming in. So when FIA come in, there are people who investigate financial matters, both nationally and internationally. And it must have some kind of international, something before they can be able to come in. It must have some international implication. That's why you see them, they are coming in. So in my view, I might be wrong, but in my view, the FIA should be, if everything was right, if it was just taking money here, bringing money there, payroll this, that should not be the FIA. Maybe the GSC or the LACC before, But the reason why the FIA is coming in, look, there is something big behind this thing, my people will know. That Sarah will soon boss. All of us will know. It will soon bust just now for all of us to see it. So the FIU is investigating corruption allegation from the Monrovia City Corporation. So it says the Financial Intelligence Agency has officially contacted Mr. John Siafa, that is the mayor of Monrovia, regarding a serious allegation of corruption at the Monrovia City Corporation. According to the FIA, they have gathered intelligence on various activities at the MCC, which include information about arbitrary deductions of employees. Look, John Siafa must make sure to contribute. No, nothing will come from anything here. Me, I get talking my own. We just talking to expose it, but nothing will come from inside. Katumu Breaker is benefiting. Joseph Newman Breaker is benefiting. Their how you call foundation is benefiting. You think anything will come from there? We just talking it so we can talk and be on record, so people can know that we talk it, but nothing will come from there. Yeah, my people, nothing. So the FIA is investigating some arbitrary deductions of employees. You see how these guys, they are criminal in nature, taking pay from innocent Liberians, deducting money from them. So the FIA is going to be investigating that. The FIA will also be investigating salaries and the issue of fictitious receipts to taxpayer. You see that? So it's almost like, take for an example, you get billboard on Broad Street and you're supposed to pay like $500 for example, now every 6 months. When you come, you pay the 500. Instead of giving you the actual receipt, they will give you false receipt to taxpayer. So John Siafa had a whole criminal gang in that particular place. They get their own receipt. Look, they got to you. I say, look, Unity Party, they got them. They are sophisticated when it comes to stealing through paper. But we will expose them. We will expose them. No, for them, they are sophisticated. So almost like the man who is, controlling, or the man who is the man in charge of receiving money for all of these billboards, he got 2 receipts. Yeah, get 2 receipts. The first receipt, original receipt, that when auditors come, they will present to them. The second one, that own crocodile receipt. You will take that crocodile receipt, sign on it, give it to you. Take the money, because it's not reflecting now. And take the money, carry it to John Siafa, and then bam, we go. So nobody should tell you or should deceive you that John Siafa is not aware. John Siafa is aware. He is aware. We had a show on this and we said this thing long time ago. So John Siafa is aware. Because it is not happening in the absence of John Siafa. Who told you John Siafa? He know that they get billboards around. Who told you that MCC don't have a records of all of these billboards? I know there are sometimes, people can post small billboard here, this, that, and other thing. I know that. But these major billboards, the MCC has a recording of them, has a data where they are located, who are the people, and etc. etc. So why will you come tell you John Siafa? He know. He's not aware. So the FIA, headed by Mohammed Nasser, is saying Some grigba thing we seeing here. Fictitious receipt to taxpayers. Ghost employees. And one person that is benefiting from this also is this particular joker that passing around. Call himself Josiah Joker. That my former instructor, right, told you. He taught me at JFK. I'm sorry, JJ Ross. So this particular guy, that's why he moves with arrogance. He moves with proud. Very rude and disrespectful. When you see a hey, when how you call when the must have left the soil. Very rude. This was a guy who said, as far as he is concerned, President Weah is not his president. He is not there. This boy is a serious criminal. I'm telling you. This particular boy, you're looking at Josiah Joker, the Joker. He's a criminal. These are criminals. They are serious criminals. They are using the papers to steal from the Liberian people. When they can't, they get swim more. You see, roll, tiffy. They get swim muscle. You see that? See ya waka. You're not able there. They get swim more. They get very, very swim more. Very swim more they get. So at the end of the day, fellow Liberians, they will steal from you and you will never believe that they are stealing. So here is the information, fellow Liberian. So the issuing of fictitious receipt to taxpayer, ghost employees on payroll, duplicate names that are appearing from one payroll to the other, duplicate name like I was telling you, amongst other allegations. Money leaving from Liberia in the hands of CFA, going to other international accounts, huge money. They are concerned about this. So the FRA is saying, in order for us to get to the root cause of this, they're asking John Siafa for 8 things. He said, John Siafa, he said, Fuen, he said, make sure you give us the payroll data of the ministry from the Ministry of Finance from March of 2024 up to present. From 2024 March to the present, what we're talking about, give us the Ministry of Finance payroll data. Give it to us. Now the thing about how you call the Alexa thing. I don't know why you input this on it. Okay. So they are asking for this. They say, give it to us. The second thing that the FRA is asking for is the MCC payroll submission made to the civil servant agency. So how would Josiah Joker were passing around saying, oh, you know, he didn't want a guru, he didn't want to do this. So Josiah Joker don't know that there are duplicate names on the MCC payroll. You don't have people that will be able to look through it and see. All these people, they are all criminals. These guys have come to enrich themselves. They have come for their resettlement package. They have not come for you, the Liberian people. So the FRA is saying that they should submit the civil servant payroll, the payroll that they took and sent to the civil servant. They must submit that particular payroll. That's the second thing they're asking for. The third thing that they're asking for is all MCC payroll that they submitted from the month to the Vera Bank, from the month of March 2024 to present. Because before the bank can be able to pay or can be able to put money in the people's account, they will have the names and the account number. So the FRA is saying, give us all, ALL, all of the payroll that you have submitted to the Vera banks. The name of employee, give it to us. We won't get it. That's the third thing they're asking for. The fourth thing that they are asking for, fellow Liberians, is the details of MCC bank accounts. The detail of MCC bank's account. Does MCC have a fictitious bank account out of Liberia? for which the FRA is asking, because when you look at there, they say all of the bank accounts. All. They say in some, they say all, including the account number, the account title, and the bank names. That's the fourth thing they are calling for. The fifth thing that they are asking for is that any other payroll documentation that is necessary for their financial investigation, any other document that getting like money based on a payroll, whatever, that they think is necessary for this particular investigation, they must send it. They must send it. The sixth thing that they are asking for is copy of all MCC report issues to taxpayer from January of 2025 onward. But why didn't start from 2024? It should be starting from 2024. But the FRA say from January 2025. From January 2025. All of the receipt that they've been issuing, to taxpayer, either for the usage of the building, for the other one, they must bring everything. But I will tell you what will happen with this. Don't worry. The seventh thing that they are asking for, the FRA, is that all the internal investigation report, they are asking for it. Because internally, I told you of the internal auditing, department that they have in there. Now, somebody from down there was carrying on some kind of investigation. And this person who wants to see a better Liberia, wants to see accountability, they suspend him for 2 months. So they are asking for all of the reports, because internally, they also have their auditors, internal auditors. So they are asking for the report of the internal auditors. That's the seventh thing they are asking for. And the last one, they are asking for the MCCE platform payment records. It means electric payments through other mobile money, through all the other small money means and other things. They are asking for that information. According to Mayor Siafa, he said, no problem, you will give it. But let me tell you something. This is going nowhere. You know why it's going nowhere? This is what I'm about to tell you. This is why it is going nowhere. Don't believe me. I'm about to list people who actually should be held accountable, and nothing came from inside. Let's start from the very initial. I said this is going nowhere. Mohammed Nasser is trying. At the end of the day, they guys there, they corrupt people. Katumu Boeka son is involved. Nothing will come from there. Joseph Newman Boeka plays son. Nothing will come from there. Nothing will come from inside. You just lead the thing. They put in, you're talking. Nothing will come from there. Nothing will come from there. I want to ask you a question. You are aware that Japanese government was able to give a grant to Liberia in some amount of good $1 million, but that grant was through rice. You can remember? That grant was through rice. The Japanese government gave us the rice and said, look, Liberia, sell the rice. Whatever money that is accrued from the rice that you will sell, you will use it to carry on development. Do you know that Dukley at the MPA, the National Port Authority, do you know that Dukley, in order for him to be able to get some of this rice, were able to establish his company, put some kind of fictitious document together, and gave his own company about 25% of the rice to sell it? Are you aware of that? Do you know that now, as you speak, the rice is still around? You're trying to sell that rice. So he took his company. Was that not conflict of interest? His company, he just established a collection and a fictitious document, collecting and say, look, because the government was looking for people who wanted to buy the rice, then they would sell the rice to them, and at the end of the day, they pay the government. So John Siafa, MPA Dukley Dukle went there, collected his company, first on a document quickly, and gave them about 25% of the rice. That other noise, we call that noise. What came from inside? Nothing. The boy collected the rice, sold it, gave what he's supposed to give, gave Joseph Newman Boyka on, and he's good. He gone. And the boy stayed there. The boy moving on strong. Nothing came from inside. So if you think something will come from in this one, then we're joking. We're just talking. And we have to expose it so that our international partners and those of you who follow us, you can hear it. This is what is happening. I want to ask you a question. What became of Patrick Wozi from the LRRC? Y'all remember that story? Where refugee money, then that boy was brave enough, Patrick Wozi was brave enough to steal refugee people money. They went and collected names and phone numbers of other people that were not refugees, put it on the listing and gave them money. Y'all remember that story? The Unity Party, these people, they are roll, tiffy. Because when you say criminals, it's even fine. Let's put it the Liberian way. They are roll, tiffy. Y'all know that story now. It's not a strange story. So what became of Patrick Wozi? What happened to Patrick Wozi? No, what happened to Patrick Wozi now? Tell me. What happened to Patrick Wozi? No, let's move from there. Let's come to Miata family. Joseph Newman Boyka, old time friend. You know, we know the relationship between them. We know, we understand. But we're not talking about that now. Because we're talking about issue that is we're talking about that thing now. That a long-term relationship business. So let them enjoy themselves. Let them go ahead. Millions of dollars was given to this woman, Madam Miata family, for the inaugural program. What happened? What happened to that money? And they say RAA more investigate. What did RAA do? We saw anything that RAA did? RAA they get join around. I forget about it. Joseph Newman Boyka call the police. I beg you. I must so disgrace my old time friend. Oh my old time. You lead that thing there. The police just join around. It was finished. It finished. So what came from that? That one when I listen to people saying, "Oh, Joseph Newman Boyka fighting corruption," the man taking serious approach. Joseph Newman Boyka is a criminal that should be arrested and placed behind bars. That's why his age. To be placed behind bars. Why do you think the late Jerry Rowland used to refer to Joseph Newman Boyka as Mr. Clean? That's how Jerry Rowland used to refer to him, Joseph Newman Boyka. Say Mr. Clean. You know what? The late Jerry Rowland used to refer to Joseph Newman Boyka as Mr. Clean. This man has always been successful in using other people to do his devilish operations. And he said behind the scene. He has been very smart by using other people that you will not see hands, but those that can think and do adequate investigation. When you look at it critically, you will always see that his hands is there. Now, what the late Jerry Rowland used to call him Mr. Clean. Very dangerous, Papa, you see so. Very dangerous, you see. So what became of that particular investigation, the money for the inaugural fund? They used that money, nothing came from inside. We just thought that was the end of gingerbread ball. Where are we today? Nowhere. Nowhere we found ourselves. So let me ask you, what happened to the money Mo Ali? Mo Ali was able to take 280K plus of the Liberian people money and go Bapolu. He said he go open pump. The pump lasted for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, I speak to you now, the pump said finish damage. It's chakla. It's chakla. And do you know how much Mo Ali said they were spending for maintenance of that place? Almost $70,000 out of the 285,000. $70 for maintenance. The place could not even go for 2 weeks. The whole facility broke down. Did they launch any investigation? People who went there did independent work. Look at the thing and say they nonsense. At the thing they say they spent 280,000 for. At the end of the day, what came from inside? Nothing. You think when Joseph Newman Boyka is benefiting, he will already say he's too strong. You know why they ran behind how you call her Swakoko? We'll come to that other story for another day. That's another day story we'll come. A young Kanga Lawrence get down there. There's a fighting, they are fighting. Young Kanga Lawrence, Jeremiah Kuhn on the other side, Sylvester Grisby then. So they go to the weaker lane and they bap you, they hold you. Then fools that don't know, hey, yeah, the people fighting corruption. Boyka is a dangerous criminal who was compromising the fight of corruption. Believe it, take it or not. This old man is corrupt, very corrupt. So I want to ask you another question again. What came of the investigation? You remember when they took money from innocent people, the Ministry of State, right in Joseph Newman Boyka office, they took money from students. Sarah Beslo Nyanti then, in Joseph Newman Boyka office, they took money from students, said they were giving a scholarship. What became of that? Was anybody held accountable for that shame and disgrace they brought to not only to the office of Joseph Newman Boyka or to the office of the presidency, but the international embarrassment? Was anybody held accountable for that? Nobody. I must go on. Let me name you some incidents so you can know. Has Katumu accounted for the money that was taken from her office? The scholarship money, where she took from students. I know. Why would the office of the president and the first lady be involved in the kind of chichi stealing, taking money from students? All the way you get the entire nation budget. Instead, you running behind people 4,000, people cheering in 3,000, this, that. What kind of disgraceful thing is this to the old people there? So what becomes of that particular investigation? Where is it? No, okay, let's come here. Maybe forget about that. You can't remember that. What's about the money that Sylvester Grispe took from NASCOP? The money that Sylvester Grispe took from NASCOP, the almost 600,000, and say he was going to buy a car. Where's the car? Where's the money? He ready? Say Joseph Newman Boyka fighting corruption. He better leave me. He better leave me. So let me ask the question. Y'all remember the 3 investors that this police guy took their money? What became of that particular story? People who came to Liberia to do an investment, collected document, legal document, they were there. Some police officers went to them, put them on the pretense that they are under arrest, took their money, took some of their properties. They went to the police station. The other policemen said, oh, the money, bring the other amount. What became of it? What becomes of that particular case? Where the other case is? So when you're saying that Joseph Newman Boyka is a serious man, I laugh. Because especially those of all of us that have the finger, that have the information to our fingertip, we can just laugh. What became of that investigation? Was anybody brought to book? No, was anybody brought to book? So these are just few instances that I've just named to you. John Siafa will be a free man movie. Katumu Boyka is benefiting. So nothing will become of it, sadly, my people. That is it. Nothing will become of it. Let's move on to our next story. Let's move on to our next story, which is very embarrassing, which is very disgraceful. You know, before going to the next story, I want to play you something right here from one of the rescue people. I don't want you to believe me. One of the rescue people, I want you to listen to one rescue man before I bring this particular story. All of them, they are all idiots, but we bring their words because sometimes when we talk, you don't believe us. You think that, oh, we're just talking because we're angry. We're just talking because President we will win 2029, so we're just talking. Well, you talk, no problem. But let me bring you one of their own talking about this issue of drugs. You know, it's a disgrace to see disadvantaged people being used by this government for political gains instead of trying to solve their problem. It is sad. It's too sorrowful. But don't believe what I'm saying. Let me get this clip and let me play this clip for you to hear and see for yourself where I put this stuff. Sometimes you're looking for it, you will not see it. That's the problem. Let me see. That's the thing I can be sunny on. Just bear with me. I think this thing's supposed to be here. Yeah. Oh, not available. Why is not available? They deleted it, or maybe this time Facebook can start deleting some things after a certain time. I've been receiving that. I don't know how many of you have received that notification, but they will send a notification and tell you, say, this thing will be deleted after 30 days. I don't know how many of you have observed it. I don't know how many of you have observed that. Hello, Facebook ain't taking it from there. Just bear with me. Let me see. Maybe I will see it here. When I see it here, will be good. But if I see it, if I do not see it, I can still explain to you the incident, and you remember what the occasion was. So y'all remember Butt Naked, right? Y'all remember Butt Naked? Joshua Milton Bly. Joshua Milton Bly came up and blasted at the government and said the government was not serious in the issue of fighting drugs, to the extent that Joshua Milton Bly accused the government of just playing lip service or lip services to the fight of, drugs in Liberia. Yeah, money man, they put in the I just Vlad on. Yeah, they put in the on Vlad, the line. Let me see. Why is it that this thing is not? Anyway, let me see here. I'm supposed to have it here, but I don't know what is happening. I don't know what is happening. Maybe Facebook have deleted it, but I think all of you can remember that story where Joshua Milton Bly got angry. The man started blasting you. The man said the government lie, and the people then say they will fight drugs. They are not doing anything to fight drugs. Instead of that, they are focusing on something else. Okay, fine. Yeah, that's good. Oh, that's great. Okay, that's good. That's great. Let me come here and then give you the story. So listening to this, I don't want you to believe me. Let's go to the story so that you can hear it for yourself. Thank you very much.
But his lieutenants are not working well. His lieutenants
Listen to this.
are not doing
I want you to listen.
the right thing. I remember when the president came to power, he declared drugs as national emergency. When the king speak, they become law and policy. Unfortunately, his lieutenants are not implementing his policy.
No, this is not lieutenant not implementing policy. You see, Joshua Milton Bly, these are people that think they can play on some people like us intelligent. No, you can't play on our intelligence. Joseph Numa Boyka, when he took over, in fact, drugs was one of the major issues that he talked about. It was on his campaign agenda. And according to them, they said that they were going to fight it vigorously, uncompromisingly. To the extent that we saw Joseph Numa Boyka going to take drug tests to prove to the world that Nana coming for a drug, they were taking a drug test. You see, no drug in me. Get ready, will not be easy. But we said to the Liberian people that this old man is a notorious crook that will always want to deceive people. We told you. So Joseph Numa Boyka sat down there and they said they're taking drug tests. They may get no drug. Nana the paper coming for a drug bad way. Will not be easy in the country. The paper with fresh drugs. So for somebody like Joshua Milton Bly to come tell the man lieutenant not working, that Joseph Numa Boyka not working. The old man is not working. He's not working. So don't bring a lieutenant business. So let's hear Joshua Bly. Yeah, born naked. They're a notorious one.
Don't see from every sign, from every indication, how drug is a national emergency. When our national radio stations do not have a vigorous program on a daily basis. In fact, it's supposed to be 3 times. When Ebola was national emergency.
Now, let's see what we can say about this guy, right? Because he's a notorious figure. This is another idiot that needs to be behind bar. After killing the people, they use Bible, they put Bible there and say, so I don't get time for that nonsense. What are you talking? But this is the reality that we must say. If Joseph Newman Boyka is a serious person that actually want to fight drugs, what he's saying, that's right. There should be jingle 24 hours around the clock about the issue of drugs. There should even be funding set aside from their regular funding to ensure that drugs business is fought in our country vigorously. But Joseph Newman Boyka deceived these people, lied to them. So today, they are victims of lies. We are not, because we knew it. We said it. We were making noise. We were knocking. We were talking. We were on here. People say, "Oh, what to do? Oh, they taking pay." They say, "I was taking pay." The time the government was there. Now again, the government and there. They say, "I still taking pay." But then, thank you. I know. But let's go ahead.
When Corona was national and global emergency, there was nothing, no program that went on air without hearing Ebola or Corona.
And he's right. When President Weah was the president of Liberia, you saw how he vigorously fought this issue of Corona, to the extent that Liberia gained what we call international recognition for her fight against Corona. The New York Times was able to highlight Liberia's effort. When we came to the issue of drugs, we saw President Weah taking practical approach to be able to fight drugs. I'm going to move this, right? I'm going to move this because time is not in our favor and we got to provide the information. So we saw a practical approach from President Weah to fight drugs. What did the government of Liberia do in the fight of drugs? Let me play you a video. Bear with me. Let me play you a video right here. Let me see. Let me show you the video. You know, when I'm in studio, it's where I want to really bring you videos. So we saw President Weah taking practical approach towards the fight of drugs. Right? We saw it. I don't want you to believe what I'm saying. I'm about to play you a video where the government even started working on the rehabilitation center in Bentor. And people graduated. I will play you those videos. Let's go to the first video. Like I said, don't believe what I'm saying. Sorry on your press, guys. Move on here. Eba. No problem here. Oh, sorry, my people. Yeah, but the video right here. So let me bring you this video. Just bear with me. Or let this be there while I try to bring this other video quick. Listen to this.
It's supposed to be the people need to wake up in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. It's supposed to be in the ears. The reason I went that open is because of the stand the past government took on drugs. And even though it's not in every street, noise in people's ears now, but drugs still killing people, children. People are still dying from drugs. How is it national emergency? How is it national emergency when the president made that declarations and came out with it? It's supposed to be an act in every ministries. But now every ministry is supposed to incorporate into their budget drug tests. It's supposed to be incorporated into their national budget. If you look at the entire national budget, what is about drugs? How much is the fight of drugs? Take it. How have they increased the DEA forces, the DEA work plans against drugs? The present national budget. How is drugs a national emergency that call for massive urgency? How? What is in Ministry of Gender budget for drugs? What is in Ministry of Youth and Sport budget for drugs? What is in Ministry of Education budget for drugs? What? How is it national emergency to call for massive urgency from the population? How? How is it?
They are questioning their own crook. Joseph Numa Boyka has been a crook from day one. Use you, abuse you, and get away with it. So let me show you what President Weah was doing to fight this issue of drugs and what Joseph Numa Boyka is doing. Let's go ahead. Okay, so let's come here while I play you this. Now, this is President Weah's approach to fight the issue of drugs. He did not sit down to a horse, crank his legs on a Saturday, take people's children and say, you can sing for me, and politicize the issue of drugs. No, he was serious about the issue of drugs. So I want you to listen to see the commitment that President Weah made towards fighting drugs in Liberia. That President Weah was not just somebody who said that and say, I'll go to the. It was not more talk. It was commitment. It was serious effort. Don't believe me. Let's play this video for you.
Youth across Liberia. In 2022, President George Weah's government made a big pronouncement of renovating the Youth Agricultural Training Center for the sole purpose of rehabilitating at-risk youth, commonly known as SOGOs, with a $1 million United States contribution.
Now in 2022, let me carry this back small. I want to talk. I just want for us to listen, right? I don't want to talk. So you can see the approach that President Weah took in fighting drugs, in rehabilitating our kids, in fighting the issue of this disadvantaged youth. Let me carry this back small and keep quiet. Sometimes to keep quiet can be hard, but no problem. I will try. I will try to keep quiet. I will try. It's not easy, but I will try to keep quiet.
President George Weah's government will pull out in 2015. Between 2012 to 2015, the center was ran and operated by Songha, an NGO from Benin Republic, who pulled out in 2015.
You see, so from 2012 to 2015, this particular center was not even working. Oh, not Joseph Numa Boyka, when he was vice president, it was not even working. It wasn't even working. The center was just dead. It was laying there. You say Joseph Numa Boyka get hot for the country. You go tell thank you. You use the people children. Let's just go ahead, my people. So now I want to talk about it.
In 2022, President George Weah's government made a big pronouncement of renovating the Youth Agricultural Training Center for the sole purpose of rehabilitating at-risk youth, commonly known as SOGOs, with a $1 million United States dollars contribution.
Yeah?
There
With
are
how
over
much? 1 million.
100,000 at-risk youth.
1 million. Yeah, 1
In the
million.
spirit of national unity towards
President George Weah's government made a big pronouncement of renovating the Youth Agriculture Training Center for the sole purpose of rehabilitating at-risk youth, commonly known as SOGOs, with a $1 million United States dollars contribution. There are over 100,000 at-risk youth across Liberia.
In the spirit of national unity towards raising this amount, it is my honor to launch the National Fund Drive for the rehabilitation and empowerment of our at-risk youth. Honor the team, reclaiming our youth for a better Liberia. To kickstart the fund drive, my government will contribute an initial amount of $1 million United States dollars this year.
Works on the center have finally commenced, with Mosurado County Senator Sir Joseph collaborating with central government to renovate some key compartments within the center geared towards rehabilitating, training, and reintegrating at-risk youth into society. Michael Joe is the engineer on the project.
Yes, I'm the chief contractor of the renovation of the dome here. And for the present area that you hear now is a mill dome. And roughly we have almost about 16 rooms. And the 16 room roughly serve over about 100 persons. We have larger bathroom, we have a lot of places that we move freely, as you can see, all of the places. We are cleaning ahead. You can see all of the dolphin, other things we are removing them because of our eating, getting all of these things here. So we are working almost 2 weeks ahead of time before you people are coming. So if you can see all of the things there, there's nothing that here that you can identify as a material that in stock. So everything that will be here, that will be new, brand new thing will be out here. So that's why we are just starting here.
Okay, how long is it going to take you to complete this project?
Well, as you can look back there, it's not the only dome. We have a male dome, we have a female dome, we have a cell quarter, we have a workshop, we have kitchen, we have other places. So it will roughly take about 2 months. And the 2 months is the one that has temporary zinc over it. But there are some alternate bedding that you need rebedding that will take complete 3 to 4 months. But for the first 1 year, I can assure you that it will take about 2 months.
Despite it being done for years, the Youth Agriculture Training Center is being operated by the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Joseph Ademudu is the director of the Youth Agriculture Training Center.
The center was established in 1978 by the Togo government through a bilateral agreement between the Republic of East Germany and the Republic of Liberia. It was established to train middle-level technicians in agriculture to serve, as county coordinator, agriculture coordinator, district agriculture coordinator, NDP, United Nations Development Program, and FAO invested a lot of money to renovate some of the buildings. Some of the building that you see standing that they're trying to renovate now, some of the building that was actually renovated 2011. After that, there is this international NGO, Center Songa, that came in to take over the center, and they started training. Mainly, what the center offers is agriculture, general agriculture. So since that 2015, the center has remained closed until recent time.
Yeah.
The government of Liberia will partner, identify this center to be used for the rehabilitation and the empowerment through training.
Now, I want to move this from here. When we speak with facts. You listening to the video. This particular place has been shut down 2013 up to 2015. Some kind of NGO came to work there, and probably they did not see the encouragement from Joseph Newman Boyka and Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and they left. President Weah took over. You see the work that is going on there. let me show you some of the work. And that place was more like completed, almost like completed by the Weah-led administration. Let me show you what the people are doing there. I don't want you to believe what I'm saying. Let me show you some of the work that was being done there.
Material that in stock. So every larger barroom, we have a lot of places that
Look there.
free there. As you can see, all of the places we are cleaning ahead. You can see all of the dolphin, other things we are removing them because Bakoba are eating all of the things there. So we are working almost 2 weeks ahead of time before you are coming. So if you can see all of the things there, there's nothing that here that you can identify as a material that in stock. So everything that will be here, that will be new brand new will be out here. That's why we are just starting here.
Okay, how long is it going to take?
So everything was in stock. I know Joseph Newman Boyka, if people run down there and they will take it and they will add it to a name. But thank God that I'm showing this to you ahead of time. So let's go ahead.
This project.
Well, as you can look back there, it's on the unit dome, we have a male dome, we have a female dome, we have a cell quarter, we have a workshop, we have kitchen, we have other places. So it will probably take me about 2 months.
So let me move this from here. You see there? That is the approach that President Weah took in helping our disadvantaged brothers and sisters. That is the approach that President Weah took. What has Joseph Newman Boyka been able to do since he took over as president of Liberia? I will show you what Joseph Newman Boyka did. Joseph Newman Boyka is just an ungrateful old man, very deceptive. Do you know that Boyka even benefited from these young people doing his campaign time? No, I don't want you to believe. I want to show you the campaign time. The same way these people organize themselves, this disadvantage, you organize themselves to gain the presidency, only for him to sit down to a horse to take advantage of them again. Let me show you a video here. I don't want you to believe what I'm saying, but let me show you a video here. Yeah, Boyka here. Well, look at him. That was during the campaign time. This happened in Pinsville when these disadvantaged young people came together and said that they will pledge their support to Joseph Newman Boyka. You see in that clothes? You see him saying that? Yeah, that's something they forget about on the dryer. Yeah, look. You see that? These people were in the scene dirty, the scene old tattered clothes. Look ragged up with slippers. Some of them are not even taking bath, but they put themselves together because they believed that Mr. Boyka was going to be a human being that would be able to look at their interest and be able to intervene in their issue. This is during the campaign time. Let me play this. It's just like a few minutes. I'm going to play.
Sorry, we made mistake. 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 Sorry, we made mistake.
This was the guy. This was the idiot who put these young people together and said they should pledge support to Joseph Newman Boyka. He was the same guy who carried the young people there. You will see him. You will see him. This was the same guy. There was the Joseph Newman Boyka's son, that took, relative of his, that took the same disadvantage you there. The same people that we were working with. Never improved their life, but he took them again, put them in Jesse, and carried them to Joseph Newman Boyka to go tell Joseph Newman Boyka, thank you for infusing more drugs on the market. Don't believe me. There's the face. I want you to look at this guy's face good. Go ahead.
He's an icon. He is Liberia's best integrity icon ever to live in this country. Chief, when you were going in Lofa country, I said, I'm not going to Lofa. I will stay here. I will go to ghetto I will go to places to talk to disadvantaged youth where people have been bound again. Nobody respect them.
So let's listen to Bueka. Let's just go and listen to Bueka. I want you to listen to Bueka. What Bueka told these people. Listening.
Thank you.
Listen to Bueka.
I want to thank God for this day, for our young people. I think God has ordained this day to rescue you himself. Yes. I want to thank Cyrus, someone who had demonstrated leadership. Sarah and I got acquainted around 2017 when he came to me and said, I have put together a opposition group from different parties to work with you. He was beaten Italy. They were sending for medication. Of course, from that time in history. I mean, he's so committed to the extent that sometimes he annoys even me. Cyrus will not bother you for anything personal, what we done some personal thing. But Cyrus is always on the go, and sometimes I wonder where he get the energy from. If we are going to convoy, Cyrus is in the lead. We have for megaphone, give him one, and Cyrus is never tired. I believe God had also sent him on a mission. And I want to say to you, young people, today is a special day. Because all your parents had wished the best for you. Standing here, my mother was a handicap, and I had to go through struggle. So I know what it means for young people who are abandoned, no program for them, nobody cares how they live. And the name Zogo always bothered me. For a segment of your society to be branded. The first time I heard that name was during the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf administration. I heard of it. I didn't get to know what they were talking about until later on. It's a young lady who's been.
You hear Joseph Bueka? During the early regime of 12 years, he said that was when he got to know about the name Zogo. He didn't know what people were talking about. This is somebody who does not care about the young people. His agenda is not to empower young people. It's not to save people. Look at how rampant his skin was. Look at how the man was looking like he was virtually leaving this earth. But thank God for President Weah. Let's listen to him.
Working with you people, Jenny, Israel. I have given some support through our food and free items. But all of that is nothing.
A man who could not even support himself, he the ones they were giving some donation. They men were living on low. They men were eat a horse. They used to park car there. Our Oma Katumu Bueka was selling a late color, which is not bad, trying to make ends meet, which is very good. People who could not afford, are you the ones that you are donating to people around here? They are doing a campaign time, so you are making a Murana. So what do you expect? Let's go ahead.
Good segment of our generation, fine-looking young men, really promising to be redeemed, to be rehabilitated, so they too can contribute to the society. That has been my desire.
According to him, he said that had been his desire. Yeah. Joseph Newman Bueka said that had been his desire, that had been a dream. You see, this man is very deceptive. I'm going to borrow the word of Dr. Gay Kamara. Very deceptive. He said, according to him, his desire and his dream is to take these people from on the street. 1 year after or 2 years going, this man has never put any program in place to help these young people. But he say it has been his desire, his dream. Just listen to him.
And thank God, God has made it happen today. In fact, it will appear as a coincidence because by the 9th, I'll be having a 3-ton, 2 container loads of shoes, clothing that will take care of people like you.
And here the old man lie again. We must ask this man, where is the continuum of shoes, the continuum of clothes that he said he was going to bring to Liberia to take care of the disadvantaged youth? No, let's carry it back so you can listen. I don't want you to believe me. And why, you know, sometimes I keep this video, I bring it so all of us can listen. Listen.
And thank God, God has made it happen today. In fact, it will appear as a coincidence because by the 9th, I'll be having a 3-ton, 2 container loads of shoes, clothing that will take care of people like you.
Yeah, you are going to bring in continual loads, 3 tons, continual loads of shoes, clothing to take care of disadvantaged people. This was the same man that came to America and said drugs were on the ship or coming. You all saw the drugs? Look, this papa is comfortable in his lives, and he think that all of us must take it. We must clap for it. Yeah. This was the same man that came here. They said, here, how you call it? Our brother George Lobo, they were passing around some kind of warehouse. They say, yeah, plenty of drugs in the warehouse. They come and send it to Liberia. Where is those drugs? Where are those drugs? Sorry. Where are those drugs? Where are those containers that he said they were on the sea coming? Or he lost at the how you call Bermuda Triangle? At the place the shape lost? They're listening to this.
I didn't want to bring them here because they're going to pull some monkey around, but they are arriving. And I can assure you.
If they are arriving, why will you now want to bring them? You see lies, how lies looking like? According to you, say they are arriving, but you say you wanted to bring them here. How you bring them here when they arrive yet? Anyway, let's go ahead.
Every piece of the material that will be in there will make sure they'll be made available for you. That's just the beginning of things.
Can anybody tell us, or any ghettos in Liberia tell us, when last they received supply from Joseph Newman Boyka, supply of shoes and clothing? No. My people, I want us to put this out, right? If somebody can cut this, I want us to cut it and put it out there. When did Joseph Newman Boyka visit, the various centers, even orphanages or these centers that they have these disadvantaged youth to supply clothing and shoes? Let me carry this back so maybe people who have the opportunity can be able to screenshot and stuff.
People like you. Bring my desire, I bring my dream.
So you can screenshot from here what Joseph Newman Boyka said, and let's use it as a record. Whether indeed this man had ever supplied anything like shoes, clothing, or whatever to our disadvantaged brothers and sisters. So let's listen.
Thank God, God has made it happen today. In fact, it will appear as a coincidence because by the 9th, I'll be having a 3-ton, 2 container loads of shoes, clothing that will take care of people like you. I didn't want to bring them here because they're going to pull some monkey around, but they are arriving. And I can assure you, every piece of the material that will be.
So let me just stop it right here because time is not in my favor. I gotta go on the hustle. So this man said he was going to bring clothing, sneakers, and what have you. Let's see what are the clothing, sneakers that Joseph Newman Boyka said he was going to bring. What are only people for? Let's just watch, observe, and see. Let me see here. Okay, fine. That's good. Let's move this and bring this one here. I want us to look at these people, right? Let's look at these young people. Let's play this.
On TV, and I'm Sylvester Chiroplay. His development across Liberia.
Look at these young people. They seen Cyrus God took them, carried them to Joseph Newman Boyka to tell Joseph Newman Boyka thank you for the work that he's doing. Have we seen any project that Joseph Newman Boyka has focused on for these young people, these disadvantaged youth? Well, let's see. Maybe the shoes and the clothes on them. Let's watch. Look at these young people, very unkempt. So where are the shoes? Look down, look down, look at their feet. Where are the shoes? Where are the clothes? Look at their feet. Look here. Look here. Look. I think you're seeing it down here. Let me see if you can see it. Okay, you are seeing it down. Just write down the poster. Look at some of the things that on these people foot. Look at it. Some of these things they find it in the dump site and just put it on them. Look here. Just look. Just watch. Just watch. Look at the clothes that on these people. Look. And they're playing politics with it. There's the same guy. There's the Cyrus guy. There's the Cyrus guy.
Right before the door.
There's the same guy. So the white t-shirt and the clothes where Joseph Newman Boyka bring for them, that the one that are in the continuum. You can see the other guy say holding your nose. Look at the other guy. He said the man gave for the man said holding your nose. Look, observe. Let's just watch. We see. Even the man who is a disadvantage, you more a man holding your nose. Let's observe. You see here? Look at this guy. You see this guy holding his nose? Look at this guy holding his nose. You see that? Ain't see him holding your nose? So where the clothes Joseph Newman Boyka promised these people? Where are the shoes? Let's go ahead. Let me carry this in front.
President of the Republic of Nigeria. I'm here today as a member of the 2017 election. Yes. So when I brought in young people in this place.
You see young people. I just show you the video. They see young people. Are there any changes on these young people faces?
Yes, yes.
Look there.
You will campaign, you get to convince our brother. Exactly. And you become president. And that prophecy today to help of the Most High God.
Now, time is not in my favor. I want to stop here and I want to ask you a sincere question. Look at the faces of these people. I want to welcome my own sister, Hawa Tote. How are you, Mama? I want to appreciate you. Thank you so very kindly. So look at the faces of these people. Were they not the same people we saw in the other video in 2023? We are now in 2025. Are they not the same faces? So what is the program that Mr. Boyka has put in place for these people? But Boyka is brave enough to say to his house, the man is comfortably seated and guarded by security. And Saros has taken people, children from on the street. The same people that you took from on the street 2013, 2023, or 2022, 2023 during the campaign. You brought them together. The same faces. Nothing has changed about these people. You see there? My people, I don't know if we can take 1 or 2 calls, but let's put a number up here. Maybe we can take a call. Let's see if we can take a call. So the number to call and have your take on this is 443-991-3356. Again, the number to call is 443-991-3356. The number is right up here. You can look at the number and then give us a call and let's hear from you. What is your own take on what is happening? What is your own take, especially on the 2 issues that we talk about? Corruption in this government is just something that is so, rampant. It's something that is just very common. It's just something that is so very common. So let me put the phone on and then you can call. Those of you that want to contribute, you can give us a call. The number to call is 443-991-3356. That's the number right there. Give us a call and let's hear from you. Let's hear what is your take on this. Let's hear what is your take. Let's go to the line as we take our very, very first caller. Hello, caller. Your name and where you've joined us from. Welcome on the Palava Hut.
Yeah, my name is Charles Doe. I'm calling from North Carolina.
All right, sir. Welcome. Let's hear from you, sir.
My name is Charles Doe. I'm calling from North Carolina. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, sir. Loud and clear.
Yeah, brother. I thank you very much for the wonderful program that you're putting together. Yeah, thank you for the program you put together. Your program is made up to understand who Joseph Boyka is. You can give Joseph Boyka 12 years from now on. He will never do better for the people. The only thing is that the people themselves, they need to understand that the men is telling you from business drum over there, you're not going to help them. You're not going to help them. So they can even be dropped from now to the next generation. Joseph will not even help them. Because you can see from the look, you don't even know that someone will help anybody.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah. So what we are saying is that 2029, we are able to open our eyes.
Sure.
And that mistake shouldn't make a mistake anymore.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It shouldn't make a mistake anymore.
Thank you.
Anybody that will help you, they don't going to tell you, say, oh, come and be drunk and glorify me.
I know.
They institute a program.
Thank you.
They will institute program and put that program in place and keep people on the street. And he can even, first of all, Jordan build a place, and when they build the place, he need to add more.
Sure.
Open a one shop, open agriculture side, electronic one shop, carpentry shop, and move the youth from the street. But the same other man that brought the youth from the street and tell them to work for Joseph Boyka, the same man carry the people over there.
Exactly so.
So those people that are school children, that class point like that today.
Sure.
You know, the last of the people every day, they put hope for them being leaders when they come back. Because the problem is that they remove good people in power, but when they put them there, the worst of the people that they think that will bring back. And the problem is they're fixing.
Sure.
They are nowhere moving Jordan from power. everyone right here in the United States, we like George Weah because George Weah was doing something and putting in place that would make people to to understand that Liberia moving forward.
Sure.
But this young man ruled Liberia for over, he was vice president for over 12 years. You see, the thing is that, my brother, let me tell you something.
Yes, sir.
You know how we live in the United States. If you work somewhere else, and then the people fire you from the job, the people that fire you, if you use the people as a reference, definitely they don't want to get that job.
No, they will never get
So any telling about people that this man, he worked for me for 12 years, I haven't seen nothing in the young man. So that people don't leave the man alone and you go sit there and take care of grandchildren. They put another power. So like people, they brought it on themselves. So stand this time, they will open your eyes, shine your eyes, and who to vote for as president.
Sure.
You cannot put an old man in power, then you're a leader. It's like they put a young man there so that people will bring the country down, signing concession agreement. He doesn't know what they're doing over there. They can't even read. How you sign concession agreement? You don't even read what you're signing.
I know. You just sign blank check. You just sign.
Because you want it, The former is just over there is able to turn the market, the country over there, the taking what they're doing is the right thing to do. They're breaking law, they don't respect the constitution. I mean, they just doing things like our forefathers not doing in the past when we were losing Liberia. Like this administration are still doing it.
Sure.
So we try to honor, we get our group in America, we get our group. We're based in America, we're from some North Carolina, Minnesota. We try to organize those are broke the constitution and British before boycott. When they leave power, we want to prosecute them. We got to raise money for those things.
Definitely.
That's what we're trying to do. We'll prosecute them, but we'll remain silent. The only thing is that we want them to leave power. When they leave power, we will prosecute them. I don't care what they do. We'll prosecute them. They can see the money, but they will not break the law, disrespect the Supreme Court. When they say you don't speak up, you want to force yourself, you want, like up to say, how they call it, this man, Richard Goose said, if the people say leave from here, you want to let go. You want to let go to force yourself.
Yeah.
I know. The one up to this time, I don't recognize the speaker of today, which is called Richard Goose. Because the money we remove the speaker from in power, it was unconstitutional. So what they do right, the idea is that they remove the man against his will. They remove the man against his will. So nobody, even in another community, we don't recognize that kind of thing.
Oh, sure.
Because you force the man from in power, you force the man to resign.
Sure.
And one thing I would say, let me remind the Liberian people, we all were progressive, we're beyond Bible Mafia, they all people were making noise, say we're beyond people that will break our country down. But what we are trying to say that my early judges study, they went to all for consultation, that the same woman that broke the constitution, that our king Joseph Boga follow. Then they went to our consultation. So why are people heading? The same people, usually party people, they will continue to disrespect the constitution.
Sure.
You see? The same man who was Minister of Finance, they brought a young man to become Minister of Finance to make his government rich. He sitting down comfortably, they signed a blank check, they gave him money. When he leave from power, he come back to the United States, maybe another man will go by the bench and got found by again to be Finance Minister. That same circle politicians that rule, that were in user pocket, that made eligible reach. Now they brought him to Gafan boy, and so Gafan would give Gafan boy to make him Gafan race. So the circle of party politicians, they look at the country that we can imagine. So what we do? I already give you your blessing, give my blessing, and we will give our moral support, and maybe we'll give our financial support to you for making us to know the truth, what is going in our country. We know that already. But those that break our constitution in this respect, our Supreme Court, People will be prosecuted. Whether you leave from representative or you go to senator, where after reach you will be prosecuted.
Sure.
That's why we are raising money in this country. We're doing salary.
Thank you. Thank
You
you
see,
so
because if
very
you broke
kindly.
constitution, it's dangerous to the generation that will come after.
Sure.
So that's how we, you know, Liberia has, the president has not been setting Liberia. That's why people continue to do this thing over and over again, over and over and over. You know, they put a blame on the pastor, they put a blame on Congo for breaking Liberia. We took them from there. Now our native brother is in power. Joseph Boyka, who claimed that he worked with government for 40 years. Do you know what he's doing? Joseph Boyka, who claimed that he worked for government 40 years plus. He doesn't know what he's doing. Breaking the country, looting the country every day on a daily basis. They didn't get no good health facility. So we know these people.
Thank you so kindly. I hope we can talk another day or maybe after the show so that we can arrange a time so you can come on. Let's have a discussion relative to whatever plan you guys are having. We can give you an opportunity to at least have an interaction with the Liberian people. But thank you so much for the call. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for your patience.
All right, sir. All right, fellow Liberian, there we have it. The number to call is 443-991-3356. Give us a call and let's hear from you the two issues that we discussed. And another terrible issue is about the hospital, but probably we'll discuss that tomorrow. Do you know that our hospitals are without medical supplies? Do you know that our hospitals are without medical equipment? Those equipment that President we are left there. Do you know that this current government is not taking care of it? Just damage. But well, time have caught up with us. This is under the Palava Hut. I want to appreciate all of you. I mean, all of you, wonderful people. I really, really do want to appreciate all of you for the time, for the effort, for the resources, and everything you continue to do. I really want to thank you all. For those of you who continue to share the platform, I want to say thank you. Those of you who continue to support us in whatever way, whether through your comments, whether through likes, through stars that you send, or contributions, or whatever, we want to say thank you so very kindly. It's something that we really, really do appreciate. I want to say thank you. On this note, my people, time, somebody say, is of essence. And because we got to go and do our hustle, so we got to leave you. But again, follow, like, and share the page. The page is under the Palava Hut. You can like the page, you can follow the page, you can share the page. And let's get ready as we continue to expose what is happening in Liberia. Liberia is the only place that we call home. That's the only place that we call home. And we cannot sit and allow what is going on to continue to persist without us saying nothing. I believe if we sit and not expose these things, the generation unborn, when they come, they will hold us responsible. So let's play our part. On this note, my people, I want to say thanks to each and every one of you as we try to log off from here. So again,